No, oh no, no, oh no, done. I render my condition with shame, blaming colors I can't name, layers blending blurring like a flame, stealing the warmth from the wood that it claimed, then dry before the door, riding there it couldn't tame. Intellectualize the ache, cause weight's easier than pain. Like if I solve for X, then X won't leave a stain. But X in his eyes, and X don't give a damn about the footnotes in the gospel of a half-assembled man. I never understood the language of believing every syllable a second that I won't get back. Cryptic with the feeling, cause the feeling keeps on bleeding through the split between the framing and the naming of the facts. I feel the itch of the X with its scratch, those designs on the back of my mind, and the cracks and the lines of the stacks of the layers between I and me and he, and try to stay blind to lies I despise, cause they're mine now. And I learned them because I sleep too deep in the sandstorm. Yeah, I felt the grain scratch their name in me, thinking I'm outside watching liberty bleed. Maybe I'm the sculptor, maybe just a grain, or just too far behind the curve to even see the frame. White chalk trace shape, grace the ground where I was measured and weathered. Skin gripping me, tethered like leather, let me ribbon. False assumption, close the case, perform absolution by myself at my own pace. You wasn't running, they pushed and had you falling, hit the deck, wreck, check, system error, ring stalling. And no, they don't give a damn, that ain't why they're calling. They just want a bottle of your blood by the morning. So pull the knife out of your back and let that shit start pouring on your knees. You ain't running, see, now you're crawling, but from where a child sits doesn't make a difference. Guilty, signed it with my silence, cause I lost my fucking name to the noise of what she told me that I wasn't. Put the blame on myself for who I wasn't, or the things I couldn't say. But the shape of me was never enough to make a stay. And I saw it and bent my spine to fit the lines of her design. My broken and twisted shapes, evidence of how I tried. But now she says I'm ugly and points to dotted lines on the issue vines of false crimes to sign my name. Make a claim, take the blame in my name, and I sign it with silence again. White chalk trace shape, grace the ground where I was measured and weathered. Skin grip, penny tethered like leather, lemon ribbon, false assumption, close the case to form absolution by myself at my own pace. Won't let them see life's portrait of my face. I was cold, yelling silence into rooms that weren't fine of calms, but the heat I didn't have, like I was writing you a song. Breath on fire, stealing warm from somewhere close to bone. Dried upon the air, yeah, before it ever touched the home. And he's there, I know he's there, and I am painted still by the shape of what I owe him, or the thrill of martyrdom. Dressed noble, draped in something that looks like grief, or is it just guilt? Or maybe underneath what I've built around myself is the thing more real. If it is, it's not how I thought it would feel. And does it mean I lied every time I said it before? Was the ribbon feeling really just the pull of a void in my core? What if everything I've done was just me trying to